Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. So we know that we're all experiencing inflation, and we know the importance of budgeting, being frugal. So let's talk about the little game that some stores are playing now more than ever. It's called bait and switch. Now, you've heard of this term before, but it's definitely occurring more and more in these recent days. So it's now being like fashionably sneaky. So, for example, you walk in a store and you see your favorite product. Maybe it's your favorite cereal, and the price is $3.99, and that's what you see on the shelf. You're checking out the prices, comparing, contrasting, but it's $3.99 that was marked there. Then you toss it in your cart and you definitely feel, okay, I have a great deal here. You buy some more items, you fill up your cart, and then you get to the register. And then you notice that the price is not $3.99, but it's $5.49. So everyone, that is not only inflation, that is deception. And it's happening more and more. So I'm going to say this: make sure that you are paying attention as a cashier is scanning your products. Try not to be on your phones. Try not to be distracted with, maybe magazines that's nearby and so forth. Keep your eye on the prices of the products when they're being scanned. Now, across the country, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and various social media platforms, and many shoppers, especially people like myself who check the receipts like it's a final exam in school, we're all noticing a disturbing trend. I don't know if you have. If you have, please leave it in the comments. I would like to hear about your experience as well. So, this disturbing trend, everyone, again, are the shelf pricings. How the shelf pricing and the register pricings aren't vibing anymore. There's many instances where there's not a match. Now, according to online reports from many frustrated consumers, there's stores such as, Walmart, um, Costco, BJ's, for example, even your local grocery stores, Key Food Associated, and so forth. They have been ringing up items higher than the listed price. So let's be real. Most folks won't even catch it. Many of them are not catching it until they're all the way home. Some of them may catch it when, they leave the store when they're halfway home. Some of them may not even turn back. So, for example, it could be, an overpriced almond milk. But whatever it is, you need to pay attention. So, I'm going to give you another scenario, YouTube family. One shopper, she recalled buying an extension cord. So this extension cord was, reasonable, only $1.47. But when she went to the register, the cash register, she was charged $4.23 after checkout. So that is just a little under $3 difference. Big difference. So she went back, and then she grabbed the entire box and made the cash register honor the shelf price. So that's the kind of energy that we need to all work with now in 2025. Be diligent. Make sure that when you go out and you get the most for, your money, and make sure that you're being charged correctly. So let's talk now about the online versus in-store price gouging. So this is like a digital hustle, everyone. So you ever check a store's website, before you start shopping, maybe you're at home and you say, let me see what items are in the store that, have sales, and check their prices. And you want to see, for example, if your item is, maybe $10 less than what is in store, maybe $5 less than what is in the store. You're not going cuckoo, but you're witnessing the retail's version of gaslighting. Walmart, for example, allegedly has been caught charging more online for over 60% of home goods compared to in store prices, and even vice versa. So it's like playing retail roulette. So it may be cheaper online, in store, or not at all. And then it switches up. So everyone be careful, pay attention, make sure again you have your head on a swivel, because retailers claim that it's due to shipping costs. Now remember, I have a video that I just posted 2 days ago regarding 33 countries that have said they're not going to be shipping to the US, international products, and others, they have huge delays in shipping to our country. So these shipping costs um, will be an excuse, which is a true fact, but it's going to be excuses that many stores will use to say that's why the prices have increased. And there are also localized pricing strategies that these stores have because they want to make more money. So, translation, in quotes, we do what we want and hope you don't notice, end of quotes. And even some stores like Best Buy and Staples will match their online prices if you ask. So remember, that's another strategy, everyone. If you see that that price is lower online, and when you go to the store because you don't want to pay the shipping prices because it's sky high now, ask them. Ask the cashier, even ask the manager. Please, can I have this price to match? That you made the effort, you're a loyal customer, and definitely see what they can do, because most times they can change it. But other stores, for example, maybe like Home Depot and maybe high end stores, sometimes they may say no. But be diligent, be assertive, and of course, polite. So here are some warnings to everyone to definitely stay woke at the checkout. So, we know that this happens even more so now. So we definitely want to have a heads up. And many communities are feeling the squeeze, the inflation, stagnant wages. I have another video on stagnant wages and how we're buying items, small amount of items, but for higher cost. So this kind of pricing is very tricky. So these are some things that you can utilize, some strategies, everyone. So you can be aware. Make sure you get more for your money, or make sure that you're treated fairly when you're shopping. Check your receipts, as I mentioned before. Check them very closely. Pay attention. Even if you have to take pictures of the shelf price of certain items before heading to the register. If you're not sure, or maybe you just want to make sure you have evidence, another thing you can do is definitely speak up if the prices don't match. You're not being extra, you're being financially literate. That's your right. You go to the store, you take your time, you utilize gas. You need to be treated fairly. And the price you see in the store needs to match when you go on that line and you check the prices out. You check the products out. Also, again, compare the online versus the in-store prices before you buy. If it's cheaper online, ask for the match. If they say no, walk out of the store just like Beyonce in slow motion. So everyone, I just have to say that we're not interested in oops, our system didn't update, or any of those excuses. When you have that price in mind, when you see it on the shelf, that's the price that you need to have. That's the price that needs to be used when you're checking out the product. We're not playing any games. And make sure that you check while you're online when those products are being scanned. If you have to do a price check before, that's a good strategy as well. So make sure, everyone, to stay sharp. Make sure that you are, comparing and contrasting, and make sure you're getting the most for your money. So again, please drop a comment below if you have any experience with this price gouging strategy that some stores have, and what is your experience now shopping at different stores. And of course, we're still not shopping at some stores, for example, like Target. And for all the girlies, um, who's in the black and brown community, also, we're not shopping at any beauty supply stores if they're not owned by a person of color, either, for the month of September. Okay? So, everyone, thank you for watching. And please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you stay safe and keep your head on a swivel and shop wisely.